Well, happening right now, GHS says hundreds of kids need to be revaccinated after some shots were given without enough dose of the vaccine. This issue affects about 1,800 patients of pediatric associates in Easley and Powdersville. And tonight we're hearing from a parent who says her one-year-old son is on that list of kids.
Fox Carolina's Brooklyn Cromer talked to her earlier tonight. She's live in Powdersville at this hour. So, Berkeley, we also talked to a doctor with GHS. Do they know how this happened?
Well, GHS tells us that an internal audit brought this issue to light. They say this was a human error, but they don't believe that it was anything intentional. But the team member that provided those vaccinations in question is no longer with the practice.
It's terrifying because, I mean, doctors urge you to get vaccines, and then you find out that your kid's not really vaccinated. They don't have all of the vaccines they need.
Cheyenne Reyes says her one-year-old son is one of more than 1,000 kids who will require re-immunization.
So I called up there because I just wanted to make sure it was real and I didn't want to stress about it. And they said, yeah, it was real, and we're looking into the names of all the people that could be affected. And she called me like 3 hours later and was like, yeah, unfortunately, he was one of the ones that were affected.
Greenville Health System says they aren't sure how many patients at Pediatric Associates in Easley and Powdersville didn't get the full vaccine. And as a precaution, 1,800 kids need to get their shots again.
We've attributed this to human error. It was one of our team members, and I'm not able to comment beyond that.
Dr. Robin LaCroix is the medical director at GHS Children's Hospital and says an internal audit brought the problem to light.
Each of the vaccines is a little bit different in the way it comes packaged in different ways. Some of it's individual use, some of it is from a multi-use vial. Each of the vaccines is a little bit different. The issue of how did those things happen? There's different ways that vaccines are drawn up and distributed.
Dr. LaCroix says they found a problem with multiple vaccines.
He needs his Prevnar, the influenza, HIB, the DTaP, and the polio.
Reyes says it's not an issue of how it happened, but why.
I'm pretty mad. Like, he could have got really sick. Like, if he was one of those children that has like a really, horrible immune system, he could have been really sick, and he's been sick enough this year, so I don't know if that's to blame.
And GHS says they are offering free vaccinations for any of the children affected, and both locations, both Powdersville and Easley, will be extending their hours. They'll be open on Saturdays and extending their evening hours as well. Cody?
So, Berkeley, a good question is, how can parents find out if their children are actually affected by this?
Well, GHS says they've sent out letters to all of the people that were impacted by this, but they say if you haven't received one, you can also call either location and they'll be able to give you that information over the phone. Reporting live in Powdersville, Brooklyn Cromer, Fox Carolina News Tonight.